Ambassador Dayal, is this now a signal to the world? Either you listen to Donald Trump or there will be a regime change, or you listen to the United States. We've seen regime change operations that have been carried out in our neighborhood in Bangladesh. We've seen Pakistan's Field Marshal do a sajda in the United States of America, literally do a pie-boss, kissing Trump's feet in the United States of America. So is that the new world order that Trump is hinting at?
Well, certainly Trump has always highlighted the fact that the world should behave as he wants it to. He has no moral authority to do that. But the fact is that all across the world, similar things are happening. How could Trump say that what the Russians did by invading Ukraine is wrong when he would have done exactly the same thing, as he has shown indeed by invading, I use the word invading Venezuela, capturing the president and taking him to America.
Yes.
So this is a totally unlawful world in which we are living. Now the next thing could be China invading Taiwan. Now, how can America say that that is wrong? Because the Americans have shown that they also do things which are entirely wrong. I hope the world stands united, but I'm afraid that most countries will behave as suits them. They will not come out strongly against America.
No, is this the end of the United Nations? The
powerless.
UN is
They will
now
not be
way
able to
past
do
its
anything.
use by date by all indications. But Gen Dhillon, is this about drugs reaching the US mainland, or is this a war for oil? We've seen similar war for oil, whether it was in Iraq or in Libya and now Venezuela.
Absolutely, Gaurav. All these are, alibis being given. All these indications that offers taken, offers refused, offers not offered. All these are alibis. Basically, it is the fight for the Venezuelan oil. And the only countries so far, as per my knowledge, who have come out and sort of said this is a bad thing is Russia and Iran.
Yes.
And it is also a veiled message to Iran because the protests are being staged there also. Veiled message to Iran, either you behave or this can happen to your country also. So regime change is a very much undeclared or declared policy of America, starting with Kuwait, Iraq, Bangladesh, Nepal, and now we are seeing in many other countries, and now this Venezuelan thing which has happened. I think this is unprecedented. This is unilateral. This does not have any United Nations sanction.
Yes.
And it is unlawful in the community of the
And it's ironic, Glenn Carl, because the UN is headquartered in New York. Is the UN now way past its use by date? It just doesn't work. And if America can do it in Venezuela, if Russia can do it in Ukraine, tomorrow China can do it in Taiwan.
I'm afraid that's correct, unless the world's powers subscribe to the UN's laws, conventions, and practices and support it. Then the UN is without any power to enforce any of the decisions or commitments that nations have made. So yes, the international system, as we've been saying, is, if not in tatters and completely ruined, is in tatters at least. That is correct.
So, Sushant Sareen, UN, I mean, they should just lock up that institution and throw away the key. UN has failed to prevent any war, any situation. It just a lot of money is spent there. Nothing comes out of it. And there are many who say, Sushant, if it's Venezuela today, it could well be Cuba tomorrow for the United States and Taiwan next for China.
So I think, Gaurav, the mistake we make is that we take the United Nations very seriously. And the other thing which we take very seriously is this notion of international law. There's nothing called international law. International law has always been might is right. If you have the power and you can do and enforce your will, then that is the law. So even this so-called global rules-based order is the rules. I was not asked whether those rules have to be made or not. These were rules which were made by the most powerful countries at one point.
Post-Second World War, yeah.
On the rest of the world. But having said that, the only utility of the United Nations is that it's a place where, all kinds of diplomats can meet. at least in theory, it's a safe space for all countries to come together and meet. And maybe once in a while, it can do virtue signaling by go to Mali or Burkina Faso or some other small country and say we are holding some kind of peacekeeping force. Otherwise, the UN should not be taken seriously at all. Apart from the fat pensions you get if you are employed by the UN, and I don't mind getting employed by the UN, but other than that, it serves absolutely no useful purpose. So let's not take it seriously, nor should we take this whole notion that somebody has violated international law seriously. The
Oh,
law
absolutely.
is the law of the jungle, and whether we like it or not, America is the king of the jungle.
So there is no rules-based order, Ambassador Dayal. A signal there for India. We need to just build up our military might and build it up in such a way that no one dare mess around with us. The 30
Yes,
seconds
of
I have on this
course.
part of the show.
We have to build our strength to the maximum possible extent. We have rogues in our neighborhood. We have
Yes.
Pakistan on one side and a rogue system now also prevailing in Bangladesh. We have China to our north, which is our sworn enemy. It may talk sweetly to us sometimes, but the fact is that China is a sworn enemy of India. So, in such a situation, we have to be very careful. We know it. And we are building our own military strength and never trust any of these neighbors. That should be the cardinal principle on which we operate.
I will let that be the last word on this part of the show, but this is a discussion we shall have in greater detail. But do remember that even in international order, it's actually only might is right. If you are strong, nobody will mess around with you. If you are meek, you will be messed around with. And it's not the meek that shall inherit the earth. It is, as it is said in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Veer Bhogya Vasundhara. General Tiny Dhillon, the last 20 seconds I have on this part of the show, who knows that better than our soldiers and you as part of the Rajputana Rifles, Veer Bhogya Vasundhara.
Yeah, Gaurav. Veer Bhogya Vasundhara, the brave shall inherit the earth, or the brave shall eat the fruits of earth. And it is very correct, right from the days of Mahabharata and our Vedas and our scriptures. Might is right, and in our case, we are a history of 5,000 years. We are a country with 5,000 साल पुरानी सभ्यता के वंशज हैं हम, और उस सभ्यता में वीर भोग्या वसुंधरा एक बहुत महान लेख, एक महान लाइन है, और इसको हमने आगे लेके जाना है.
And
So
we have to go
grow
by our
militarily,
civilizational philosophy.
We have to grow militarily, we have to grow economically, we have to grow politically and diplomatically.
Absolutely.
That is the only way forward.
Absolutely. Whoever lectures us on rules-based order, just look around what's happening around the world. It's only the brave who are respected.